we say internet, Amazons or Googles, any of these Twitters, including this EV mobile apps, social media, these are all started by startups, not the traditional companies. So I think in the going to be in the EVs also, it's going to be startups. So probably next year we will have special sessions on EV startups.
Good evening. Are talking about it right now, where I say a car becomes a smarter car, or a vehicle becomes a smarter vehicle, or two-wheeler becomes a smarter two-wheeler, and all of that is how it's driving it, and what is the usage of memory. I think, like everybody's speaking, right? Battery management, vehicle, electric inverter, all of them are focused today, but all of that is driving because there is a cluster in the two-wheeler. People like Android Auto, people want Bluetooth connectivity. All of that is making the vehicle smarter. And that is driving the need of semiconductor content and, and hence the external NOR flash memories. So when I mentioned a little bit when I said mega trend shaping the automotive market, obviously autonomous driving, ADAS, electromobility, which we all are here talking about it, is a big mega trend which all of us are going to follow. Connectivity, vehicle to vehicle connectivity, vehicle to cloud connectivity, all of that is required to enable both electromobility and autonomous driving. And finally, security, right? When all of this gets connected together, you don't want your data to be hacked or compromised, and hence security is important. The user experience is improving. I think today people, a lot of youngsters are not buying electric vehicle because it's electric. It's because you get a nice cluster on the board, because it's connected to Bluetooth. People want to see Android Auto on the maps over there so that they can drive faster and easier, right? So the user experience is improving. I bought a car with all the top end features because that's what I want in my car as well. The digital cockpit, for example. So when I say software defined car, so people are going to sell software further. They're not going to sell cars anymore. In 5 years, 10 years, you will pay for the software and not for the car. It's like buying a printer and you pay for the ink, right? So you're not paying for the printer itself. And that is by software, the digital cockpit, the premium features that come with all these cars. I just put one example, which is a matrix headlight. So tomorrow you will have cars which will paint the lanes on the road, even if there's no lane on the road. So you don't need to worry about how, or are you going in the middle of the lane, end of the lane, etc., because you already see the lane. You don't know whether there's a lane or not there. And finally, comfort. All of this is driving to what I call as the vehicle of the future, or today, as you could say. Now, vehicle of the future requires systems that can sense, interpret, and act. The key thing is to have dependable, from the real world to the digital world, as we call it, to have sensors that can detect, and microcontrollers and microprocessors that can compute. And all of this makes the car of the future or the vehicle of the future. So what does this do? It gives you everybody an at least memory, great opportunities to expand the market. And I'll show you why. Whether it's smarter cars, nice graphical interfaces, you need nice UI, right? You want to have a display similar to your phone. Automated driving, connectivity, electrification, all of this requires external NOR flash memory, external memories, more memories, because you need to support more graphics, more compute, and hence, and also support over-the-air updates, right? It's straightforward. So when you look at a car today, we talk about where we sell today. ADAS, cluster, infotainment are all the three primary segments that we make money today and we sell into. And the new electrification that's coming in, right? Battery management, powertrain, traction inverters, etc., are all require software updates. I mean, we had a big win with a Korean OEM where they need software updates even for their inverters. And finally, we see more applications coming in as we go in braking, steering, etc. So all of these are getting smart, and if they get smart, they would need more compute and more memory. It's as simple as that. I'm going to skip this. Basically, what does NOR flash do? But it's just to say we store code, either application code or user data. I mean, that's all I'm going to leave, which is accessed in a very quick manner. That's the key use case of NOR flash. If you want instant on performance, you need a NOR flash memory. That's it, right? And what are the requirements in automotive, right? I mean, we have to be clear on the fact that we need to have support temperature, higher temperature in terms of reliability, in terms of functional safety, etc. All of these are key requirements, and hence, let's say competing technologies like NAND cannot meet all of these requirements, and sometimes you need to use NOR compared to NAND, but at the end, all of these is driving the use case of memory. So one thing which we spoke about in the panel discussion also was functional safety, right? Functional safety is becoming more and more important. Every application in the car is going to be having a level of functional safety, whether it can start from ASIL B and going up to ASIL D. I mean, all of this requires your system and the individual components to support ISO 26262 functional safety requirements. And this is just, talking about Infineon and how we meet the ASIL requirements for functional safety, which is the ISO 26262, right from the time of design. This is not something that you can do after you have silicon. You cannot do functional safety after you get the part and say, okay, it's not like qualification, right? I mean, you can qualify for automotive easily, not easily, but at least after you have silicon. Most automotive parts are first built for consumer and industrial and then bought to automotive. But that's not how functional safety would work. And the second thing, we spoke about a lot about connected cars, so hence security becomes important. Not only in automotive, but you can see a lot of this security is important to power grids, into cameras getting hacked, Tesla's autopilot getting hacked. So these are very important. It's nice to say, I want everything connected. I want my fridge to be connected. I want my washing machine to be connected. But where do you draw the line in terms of security? How much security do you really need? And I think today we don't have the level of security that we need today. And why do we need security? I mean, people can access your data. We use a lot of devices that are connected around us. We have Alexas, we have cars connected, our phones are connected, our laptops are connected. And the things that we use around us, the infrastructure, metering, smart factories, etc. The key thing is you don't want them to access your data. You don't want them to replace your data. All of them would require this as they get more connected and more smarter. So the last thing is that all of this is driving a growth in our market. One of the few semiconductor markets that has seen this U-shaped sort of a downturn and then upturn because of the increased usage, as you saw. NOR flash is becoming an external, it's a key component now, and security is a growing concern. I mean, don't just talk about security, but do something about it. That's what we want to tell everybody, right? I mean, it's nice, everybody talks about security, but then they're like, when it comes, oh, it's too expensive, it's not thing. Because when we build a vehicle, we are building it for 10 years or 15 years use case, and security will become more and more important then. Yeah, thank you. That's a quick snapshot.